for Sports Update. AB Yomo joins us. AB, great to have you. Morning.
Yes, good morning, Rufai. Great to see you too, and good morning, Dr. Abati. Great to have you back today. We have a lot happening in the world of sports. Yes, we'll begin with the Europa League, where we'll see 3 Nigerians face off later tonight in Dublin in the Europa League as Atalanta take on Bayer Leverkusen. Now, Ademola Lookman of Atalanta will face off against Victor Boniface and Tella, who are also Super Eagles stars for play for Bayer Leverkusen in the Europa League. Bayer Leverkusen will be hoping to extend their 51-game unbeaten run, while Atalanta will be looking to get their first ever European trophy in that encounter. Both sides have done well for themselves. Leverkusen have been astonishing. They have gotten to the second leg of their possible treble. They've already won the Bundesliga. Now they are about to take on Atalanta in the final of the Europa League. We'll see where this pendulum swings at the end of the night. Will it be Atalanta, who we hope to get their first European trophy, or Bayer Leverkusen, who would also be wishing they can get a treble later tonight? We'll see how that goes for both teams. And away from that, we have the National Sports Festival, which was initially slated for November 27th this year, being postponed to January 12th of 2025. Well, an official from the Ministry of Sports speaking to Rise News exclusively said that this was necessitated because of needs to ensure that all the facilities needed for these games are at top notch. And also, what is important to note is that the National Sports Festival in recent years has gone through different postponements due to different reasons. The last sports festival held in Delta State was postponed due to this same reason. And when the one in 2021, which held from April 4th to 18th, got postponed 4 times due to different reasons, be it COVID or need to ensure that the facilities were also improved too. But same thing was, what was important to note as well is that the National Youth Games we hold in Delta State from September 15th this year. And we're still talking sports. We have Pochettino, that's Mauricio Pochettino, the coach of Chelsea, has agreed to part ways with the club, that is amicably. And he is the 5th coach in 6 years for this team. They have gone through different changes almost every time, hoping to get a manager that will give them the glory. Initially, he had an underwhelming season, that's in the first half, and he was under pressure. But after 5 successive wins, Chelsea were able to finish 6th on the table, which gave them a European spot. Now they will be searching for a different coach. Can this coach manage the talents in Chelsea, or the players who were bought, the massive players, because Chelsea have gotten a lot of players in the last 2 seasons. We'll see how that pans out for Chelsea, but they have parted ways with Pochettino. And for the Euros, which kicks off next month, come June 14th, 2 more countries have released their squad list. And we'll have England releasing a 33-man provisional squad list that does not have Marcus Rashford. We'll also have Jordan Henderson out of it. There's Jadon Sancho, who's also missing out. But what is important to note is that Eberechi Eze of Crystal Palace and Gay have been included in the squad list. We also have Jude Bellingham, there's Maddison, there's Kieran Trippier, all making the squad list. But England will have to shortlist it further to 26-man list before June 7th. And for Portugal, they've also released the complete 26-man shortlist for the Euros. And Cristiano Ronaldo makes that cut. He'll be making his 11th appearance in an international tournament. Now we'll have Pepe, who is 41, from playing in Porto on that list. There's also Cancelo and João Felix and a lot more. The Euros proved to be interesting as Germany will host it come June. Well, that's it from me on sports today.
And it really proves to be interesting at the Euros because it's going to be the end of an era for Toni Kroos. I think it's announced that after all of this, after the Euro is going to be his final cutting call. The Euro starts on the 14th, of June. It's going to be his final cutting call, and that's going to be it for him. That's the end of an illustrious career that started many years ago. I think in 1997 when he was in the youth, system, and he grew up the ranks before going to Real Madrid around 2014, and it's shown to be a formidable force, in the Los Blancos there. Congrats to him. We can only wish him the very best. Probably he could go into coaching and be successful too, like his fellow teammate, Xabi Alonso, that is in the final today. I mean, for the Nigerian in me, I'm divided today. I want Adeloma Lookman to win a silverware, or I also want, you know, the impeccable form of Boniface and Leverkusen to go on. Boniface, by the way, was awarded, you know, the rookie of the season, very deserving for him. When he just came to Leverkusen. So I can just only wish both teams the best, you know. But it's India and Nigeria wins if any of the team wins. And it's a testament to good quality football, you know, that comes out of Nigeria and all of that. Pochettino and Chelsea parting ways. There were some other reasons, and which is quite shocking. And as a Chelsea fan, I'm scared for the future of Chelsea. Part of the reason was Pochettino trying to stamp his foot that we cannot let, you know, some very key players to just be taken like that in the team. And which is a back and forth is always had. And that's why I'm a little taken aback when the passion for the team now is about money and making money, not the love that Abramovich truly had for the team to be able to win silverware. So let's see who they're going to bring. But I'm not really satisfied with the people I'm seeing in the short list. It is shown how Chelsea has become a very deplorable team.
Okay, Bayer Leverkusen versus Atalanta. Europa League final today in Dublin. Well, you know, I stand to be proven wrong by the outcome of the match, but I would rather stay on the side of Xabi Alonso's team, Bayer Leverkusen, who already won the Bundesliga and who are looking at a treble, you know, this season. Atalanta, yes, they have a good coach who has done very well in the last 8 years, Gasperini. But they are still basically a provincial football team. Bayer Leverkusen, in comparison, they've won the last 51 games. They've been unbeaten. The last time they were beaten was many months ago. And they are hoping that they will make that 53 games to finally completely erase the 59-year record, you know, in the German league. But of course, you know, in football, anything happens. Even the underdogs can pull a surprise. Now, Gareth Southgate yesterday, you know, announced a team for the Euro 24 in Germany for England. Now, some expected names were not there. Marcus Rashford was stepped down. Jordan Henderson is not on the list. But people have said, well, what Gareth Southgate has done is to just be very ruthless and just look for the best. He still has issues with the left back, where he doesn't have too many options as a result of injuries. The defenders, well, is they relying on a 31-year-old man, you know, to bail him out. But he has very good attackers. If you look at the list of attackers there, he has more than enough. But he has announced a 33-man team that will be pruned down to 26 before Euro 24 starts. But I'm more excited by the team that Portugal has put together, which looks like a more, you know, complete team in all the departments, even if they have Pepe, 41-year-old Pepe, you know, as part of that squad. And if you look at the Portugal squad, you'll find many of the big names in the English Premier League there. You know, Bruno Fernandes, Diogo Jota, Ruben Diaz, Bernardo Silva. You know, you'll find them there showing again, like a tribute to the fact that the English Premier League is probably, you know, the best in the world. We can't argue about that. But of course, Cristiano Ronaldo is the most capped player in the history of international football. 206 appearances for Portugal, scoring most of the goals, and right there, he's back on duty. Pochettino leaves. Okay. Chelsea. Well, I don't know, in terms of his performance, at least he got them to the 6th position on the Premier League. They got to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. They were runners-up in the Carabao Cup. But the question to ask is, why is it that Chelsea has had 5 managers in 6 seasons? In the last 5 years, they have had 6 managers. Pochettino is the 6th. Right. So there's definitely, certainly, a problem with that team.
A lot of questions.
There's no doubt about that. However, Arne Slot, we've been told, I'm sure you treated this yesterday, is the new Liverpool manager to assume duty on June 1, and when he gets his work permit, we will have settled him fully by January 2025. But Mohamed Salah has said, well, he's going to stay back. He still wants to win more trophies with the Reds. However, all of that will depend on the kind of chemistry that he's able to forge with the new manager. If that doesn't work out, however, we've been told that Al Ittihad, the Saudi Arabian Pro League team, is still interested in having him. At least that's what our countryman Emenalo said. So that's just about it, Ebi. Except you want to tell us more about Chelsea. Why are they changing, manager almost every other year?
But for Chelsea, I think there's a lot of impatience on the end of the owner, because first of all, it's rarely seen that you get over 20 players in just about two transfer windows, and that's what they have done. And it's very difficult for a coach who has not bought these players to keep on to use them to the ability of the other coach who got them. So now they just have to keep on changing coaches, because probably this one coach is not satisfied with the kind of players he has, and it makes a complaint. Because at some point we had Tuchel's end, and they wanted to sign Cristiano Ronaldo, but he did not want that, and the owner got angry and sent him out. So I think until the owner of Chelsea knows that football, yes, is for commercial purposes, but there's more to football than just the marketing and the branding as well. Because at some point, Manchester United was seeming to suffer from that. So when they keep on getting in players, just signing players for no reason, because for instance, about 5 years ago, you look at the defense of Chelsea compared to what they have now, the players they have now, Badashili, Disasi, not as if they are completely bad, but they are not at the level Chelsea used to be. So because of this, they have not been able to achieve what they used to achieve. So I think until Chelsea has the patience to leave a coach for about 2 seasons, at least to know if he can achieve the full potentials or the agreement they had, then the impatience will not pay off for Chelsea. But they just have to let one coach stay for a bit of time, then let him prove himself or not before you let him go.
Well, thank you very much, Ebi.